Oui, bonjour les étudiants. Donc, hope you're fine. Welcome back. So today we'll be continuing the exercises of lesson 7. Oui, so today will be the last session for the exercises of lesson 7. We'll be completing all the exercises, the remaining exercises, 4 or 5 exercises left, right? So we'll get back to the translation once we finish the exercises in the next session maybe, right? Then we'll go for the opposites and the composition. So now we'll be starting with les pronoms. Oui, les pronoms, which means the pronouns. We already saw les pronoms sujets. So from 6th standard, we have been seeing je, tu, il, elle, nous, vous, il, elle. And les pronoms toniques, moi, toi, lui, elle, nous, vous, eux, elle. So I've been doing that. And so now we'll be doing some other pronouns. Okay, this is say, wo, they, or simple pronouns we call. Oui. So which is le, la, l apostrophe les. Yeah, so this is a bit familiar, right? Yes, so it is actually the definite articles or the simple pronouns or some of the pronouns of direct, okay, some direct pronouns even. So this is le, la, l apostrophe and les. So in this lesson, so in 2 exercises, we'll be using these pronouns and also another pronoun called en, right? En, it's also a pronoun. In some cases, we will be using as in, but as a pronoun also we'll be using. So we'll see where and when to use the pronouns. So normally the pronouns are used to replace something, right? Okay, so here the pronouns, the simple pronouns or the direct pronouns will be used to replace a direct object. Okay, so you got to know what is a direct object. So after the verb, okay, after the verb, if there is a noun, okay, an object which is placed directly, okay, without any preposition in between, so those are called direct object. Okay? So mostly the after the verb, après le verbe, so the noun will be placed with one of these determinants, ce, cette, c'est, the adjective demonstrative, or le, la, l'apostrophe les, the definite articles, or even the adjective possessive, the mon, ma, me, ton, ta, te, son, sa, se, and so on. Okay, so if, after the verb, if these are placed and if you got a noun, so we'll be using the direct pronouns to replace. Okay, so this is the first thing. And so we got another exercise in which we got to use the pronoun en. Okay, so this is actually used to replace a quantity, right? The same thing after the verb. If there is a quantity with un, win, de with the indefinite objects, or un, deux, trois, quatre with the numbers. If you have any object or if you have a noun with one of these, or du, de, la, de, l'apostrophe de, it's some. Even some, it's a quantity, right? So if you have one of these after the verb and that quantity with the name of the noun, with the name of the object, okay, will be replaced by en. So we'll see the exercise, the 6th exercise. Remplacer les noms par les pronoms compléments d'objets directs. So replace the nouns by the direct pronouns. Right? Complément d'objet direct, that's COD. Okay, COD we say. It's not Call of Duty. It's COD. Complément d'objet direct. Okay, so it's direct object in English. Okay, so direct pronouns we call. Right? So the direct pronouns are normally me, te, le, la, l apostrophe, nous, vous, les, les. Here actually we use mostly the third person, so that's why we had le, la, l apostrophe les. Right? So here, nous connaissons bien les monuments de Paris. Nous connaissons bien les monuments de Paris. You can see these words are underlined. In each sentence, a name or a thing is underlined. Right? Alright, so now you go to see the verb connaissons. Right? After that, you can see there is no preposition. Okay, so you got directly the object. Okay, subject, verb, object. Okay, so the object is placed directly after the verb. Right, so we don't consider bien. Okay, so now you got to replace this with one of the pronoun. So first of all, you got to check if it's singular or plural. You can see it starts with les, which is a definite article, and it is plural, right? So you'll be replacing the whole thing, the whole underlined thing with les, L-E-S. Okay, nous connaissons bien les normally, but where you'll place les, L-E-S, will be placed before the verb. Okay, so will be placed before the verb. Nous les connaissons bien. Okay, nous les, the same spelling, les connaissons bien. Okay, you got the same spelling, same pronunciation, but it doesn't mean the same. Okay, this les, it's actually the definite article, and the les that we place here, it's actually a direct pronoun. Right? So it will be like we know them. Okay, so we know them, right, in English. So them it's used for even for the places in English. Okay, so we'll move to the second sentence. Est-ce que tu rencontres souvent tes amis? Est-ce que tu rencontres souvent tes amis? Okay, so do you often meet your friends? Okay, so do you often meet your friends? You can see rencontrer, it's the verb. After the verb, we don't have any preposition, a, the, or something. We don't have anything. So we'll be using the direct pronoun to replace. So you can see we have used the adjective possessive. Right? So whenever you got an adjective possessive for a definite article or an adjective, the other one, demonstrative. Okay, so we'll be using the direct pronouns to replace, right? So now we'll remove this. Okay, so the most important thing is when you write the answers, we'll be removing the ones which are underlined, right? So est-ce que tu rencontres souvent? So tes amis, it's singular or plural? It's plural, right? Tes amis, it's plural. So what we'll be replacing it with? It's again L-E-S. It's again L-E-S. Est-ce que tu rencontres souvent les, les? But where will you place les? Before the verb. So, est-ce que tu les rencontres souvent? Okay, the les will be placed here. Est-ce que tu les rencontres souvent? Do you meet them often? Okay, them. Les here replaces them. Right? So the third one, elle invite Catherine à son anniversaire. The accent is missing. So she invites Catherine for her birthday party. Okay, so to her birthday party, to her birthday, something. So now the underlined word is Catherine. You can see after the word Catherine, it's placed, it's a person. So what pronoun you'll be using? It's singular or plural? Catherine, it's singular. Okay, so one girl. So now you got to check. Okay, so it's le, la. Now it's masculine or feminine. So Catherine, it's feminine. Right? So what we'll be doing? We'll be using la, la. Elle invite in the place of Catherine. We use la, the pronoun la, à son anniversaire. But la, we must not place it here. We'll be placing before the verb. Okay, elle la invite à son anniversaire. But here you can see the verb which starts with a vowel. So the LA changes to L apostrophe. Okay, so elle l'invite à son anniversaire. Oui, elle l'invite. L apostrophe invite à son anniversaire. Because Catherine is singular, feminine. So we use la, LA. And when it's placed before a verb which starts with a vowel, it will become L apostrophe. Oui, voilà. So the last before one, je déteste le théâtre. Je déteste le théâtre. I hate theater, right? Drama or theater. So here you can see the word which is underlined. It's le théâtre, singular or plural. Singular, masculine or feminine. Masculine. So you got a definite article here, which is masculine. So what pronoun you'll be using? Le or la? It's le, le. Okay. So le will be placed here before the verb. and there is no vowel here. D, it's a consonant. So it will be like je le déteste. Okay, je le déteste. I hate it. Okay, so le replaces like it in English. Okay, so je le déteste. Okay, so the last one. Pourquoi est-ce que tu appelles ton voisin? So why are you calling your neighbor? Right? So here you can see ton voisin, it's underlined. Right? So ton voisin, it means your neighbor, which is singular or plural. Singular, masculine or feminine, it's masculine. Ton is used, and also it's voisin, not voisine. Right? So ton voisin, it's masculine, singular. So what pronoun you'll be using? Le. The same le will be using. But where will you place it? Before the verb. Pourquoi est-ce que tu le appelles? But here actually the verb starts with a vowel. So the le changes to L apostrophe. Oui. So voilà, tu l'appelles. So you can see the answers now here. Nous les connaissons bien. Est-ce que tu les rencontres souvent? Elle l'invite à son anniversaire. Je le déteste. Pourquoi est-ce que tu l'appelles? Oui, voilà. So L apostrophe, le, L apostrophe, les. Okay, so voilà. So this is actually the 6th exercise. Now we'll move to the 7th exercise. Remplacez les noms par le pronom en. As you already saw, so the pronoun en is used to replace a quantity. Okay, so this exercise we'll be using the en pronoun for all the sentences. Vous prenez des frites souvent. Okay, you take fries often. Okay, the French fries. Okay, you take some French fries often. So you can see des is here. Okay, so un win des or du de la de l'apostrophe des will be replaced by en. Not just this, it will be replacing the whole thing. Des frites will be replaced. So you can see vous en prenez souvent. You take them often. Okay, even en replaces them. You can't use les here. Okay, because it's a quantity. So you can see the first sentence. Vous prenez une pomme au petit déjeuner. Vous prenez une pomme au petit déjeuner. You take an apple for the breakfast. Right? For the breakfast, you take an apple. So now you can see after the verb. So un win is given. Pomme. Okay, so you got to replace win pomme now. So what pronoun you'll be using? En. Okay, so vous prenez en au petit déjeuner, but en will be placed same way before the verb. So not after the verb. Vous en prenez. Vous en, en, prenez au petit déjeuner. Yeah, voilà. So the second one. Oops, pardon. Wait, so I just forgot one thing. So when you got a number, okay, when you got un, win, deux, trois, quatre, cinq, and so on. So what you have to do, it's actually you got to precise the number. So next to the verb. Okay, so for example, this sentence, vous en prenez win au petit déjeuner. Okay, so win will be placed. Just the word pomme will be replaced. Okay, so voilà. Second one, elle prend une tasse de café. Oui, elle prend une tasse de café le matin. Okay, so she takes a cup of coffee the morning. Okay, so here after the verb, you can see une tasse de café. Okay, so a cup of coffee. So now une tasse de café will be replaced by en pronoun. So it will be like elle en prend une. Okay, win will be there in the same place, and le matin will be there. Just tasse de café will disappear. Elle en prend win le matin. Oui. Voilà, so going to the third one. Nous achetons une douzaine d'oranges, which means we buy a dozen of oranges. Oui. So you can see after the verb, une douzaine d'oranges. Oui, une is there. And so what we'll be doing, so we'll be replacing the whole thing, une douzaine d'oranges, by the pronoun en. Nous en achetons, okay, nous en achetons une, okay, en, achetons une. Voilà, nous en achetons une, so it means we buy one, okay, you can't literally translate in English. Okay. Voilà. So the fourth one, elle a un portable, she has a mobile. Un portable, you can see, a un portable. So un portable will be replaced by en. It's a quantity, right? Un is there. So elle, en, a, un. Elle en a un. So just the word portable disappears. En will be placed before a. Okay, before the verb avoir, en will be placed. Ma mère achète 2 kilos de pommes de terre. So my mom buys 2 kilos of potatoes. You can see there is a number. Okay, so there is a number, quantity of 2 kilos of potatoes. So ma mère en achète 2. Okay, ma mère en achète 2. So my mom buys 2. Right? So you can see the answers now. Voilà, vous en prenez une au petit déjeuner. Elle en prend une le matin. Nous en achetons une. Elle en a un. Ma mère en achète 2. Oui. Voilà, so we'll move to the next exercise, the 8th exercise. Remplacez les mots, les noms soulignés par les pronoms qui conviennent. Okay, so replace the underlined nouns with the pronouns which are convenient. Okay, so just we'll be using these two pronouns, en and le, la, l'apostrophe le. So actually I didn't underline. Okay, so you just can't find, but in the book it will be underlined anyway. So you can see the first sentence. Nous voyons souvent les films français. Oui, nous voyons souvent les films français, which means we often see the French movies. So this is actually the verb. After the verb, what we have, souvent, often, don't consider this. Les films français. So les, it's not a quantity. You can see, right? Les, it's not a quantity. It is a definite article. So what pronoun will be using? Le, la, l'apostrophe les. That pronoun. Oui, so nous voyons souvent les. So les films, it's plural, so we use les. So les, where will it be placed? Here. Nous les voyons souvent. Okay, so we watch them often. So second one, elle prend de la salade au déjeuner. She takes some salad for the lunch. So de la salade, you can see after the verb de la salade, du, de la, de l'apostrophe de will be replaced by en pronoun. It's a quantity, some salad, right? So we'll be writing elle en prend au déjeuner. Okay, so just de la salade will disappear and we'll be writing elle en prend au déjeuner. So third one, mon père achète tous les jours des fruits. So the verb acheter, my dad buys every day some fruits. Some fruits. They is used here. So what pronoun will be used? En. Okay, en pronoun. So we replace des fruits by en. Mon père en achète tous les jours. Okay, so en will be placed here before the verb. Mon père en achète tous les jours. So the fourth one, les étudiants écoutent le professeur attentivement. The students listen to the teacher attentively. Right? So écouter the verb. After the verb écouter, so we got a definite article, le professeur. So what pronoun we'll be using? Le, la, l'apostrophe les, direct pronoun. So then, le professeur, it's singular or plural? It's singular. Masculine or feminine? It's masculine. So what pronoun we'll be using? Le. Les étudiants le écoutent attentivement, normally. But here we got a vowel. So le changes to L apostrophe. Les étudiants l'écoutent attentivement. Right? So voilà. So it means like the students listen him attentively. Right? Him, the le changes to him even means. So the last one, tu aimes ma nouvelle voiture? You like my new car? You can see after the verb, we got an adjective possessive. Right? So mon, ma, me, ma. And so what pronoun we'll be using? The direct pronoun. Le, la, L apostrophe, le. Ma nouvelle voiture. It's singular or plural? It's singular. Right? Voilà. So masculine or feminine? It's feminine. Right? Tu aimes ma nouvelle voiture? So ma, it's feminine, right? So we'll be using la, L-A. Tu aimes. So la comes here. Tu la aimes, but here we got a vowel. Tu l'aimes. Tu, L apostrophe A-I-M-E-S. You can check the answers now. Here. Nous les voyons souvent. Allons prendre au petit déjeuner, pardon, au déjeuner. Mon père en achète tous les jours. Les étudiants l'écoutent attentivement. Tu l'aimes. Okay, so moving on to the ninth exercise. So the ninth exercise, it is transformer les phrases suivantes en utilisant ne que. Okay, so we already saw this exercise. Hope you remember. So ne que, which means only. Okay, so here, j'écoute seulement les chansons de Georges Michel. Oui, so j'écoute seulement les chansons de Georges Michael. So seulement is used. Seulement means only. Okay, so or you can even use ne que. I just listen to the songs of Georges Michael. Okay, so you can either use both ways, but you can see all the sentences got seulement. Okay, so we'll be replacing seulement using ne que. Right, ne que. So here, ma mère achète seulement les pommes de terre. The first thing you got to do is you remove seulement. You got to add ne que. Ne will be placed before the verb here. It changes to N apostrophe. Ma mère n'achète que les pommes de terre, which means my mom buys only potatoes. Oui, ma mère achète seulement les pommes de terre. Ok, ma mère n'achète que les pommes de terre. Oui. Tu comprends seulement le français. Tu ne comprends que le français. You just understand French. You only understand French. Oui. Tu ne comprends que le français. Nous allons finir seulement une leçon. We are going to finish only one lesson. Nous n'allons finir qu'une leçon. Q-U-E changes to Q-U apostrophe. Oui, nous n'allons finir qu'une leçon. So N apostrophe will be placed here. Right? So the last before one. Vous prenez seulement des plats végétariens. Okay, so you only take some vegetarian meals. Vous ne prenez que des plats végétariens. Okay, in the place of seulement, you use que. Il connaît seulement l'Inde. He only knows India. Il ne connaît que l'Inde. He just knows India. Nothing else. Right? So you can check the answers now. Ma mère n'achète que les pommes de terre. Tu ne comprends que le français. Nous n'allons finir qu'une leçon. Vous ne prenez que des plats végétariens. Il ne connaît que l'Inde. Oui. going to the 14th exercise. This is the last exercise. Relier les phrases suivantes en utilisant parce que. Okay, so you got to link the sentences, following sentences, by using parce que, because. Right? So you can see, you can observe the sentences. You got two sentences, right, in each. Okay, je n'ai plus de fruits, je vais au marché. Right? So you got to use parce que, but this is actually the cause consequence, like that consequence. Right? Je n'ai plus de fruits, which means I have no more fruits left. Right? I have no more fruits. Je vais au marché. I go to the market. Okay, so it will be like I go to the market because I don't have any fruits left. Right? So this comes first. Je vais au marché. Then you connect with parce que je n'ai plus de fruits. Right? You understand? The second half of the sentence comes first. The first half goes second. In between, you'll be having parce que. I go to the market because I don't have any fruits. Oui. Tu aimes beaucoup la France. Tu apprends le français. You like France a lot. You learn French. Okay, so you learn French because you like France a lot. So the same thing happens. Tu apprends le français comes first. Parce que, you connect with parce que. Tu aimes beaucoup la France. Yeah. Voilà. So the third one. Nous avons faim. Nous prenons des repas. We are hungry. We take some meals. Okay, so we are hungry. We take some meals. So same thing happens. Nous prenons des repas parce que nous avons faim. So we take some meals because we are hungry. And the fourth one, ils sont fatigués. Ils travaillent sans arrêt. They are tired. They work without stop. Okay, non-stop. They work non-stop. Okay, so they are tired. So in this, no need to change. Okay, so because it is cause consequence. So ils sont fatigués. Okay, so this is actually the consequence. So now comes parce que. They are tired because they work non-stop. Okay, just as it is, you write as it is, but just insert parce que in between. Okay, ils sont fatigués parce que ils travaillent sans arrêt. So, but parce que changes to parce qu'il, Q-U apostrophe ILS, because it starts with a vowel. Je suis libre maintenant. Je vais chez mon copain. Okay, I'm free now. I'm going to my friend's house. So I'm going to my friend's house because I'm free now. Je vais chez mon copain parce que je suis libre maintenant. You can see the answers now. Je vais au marché parce que je n'ai plus de fruits. Tu apprends le français parce que tu aimes beaucoup la France. Nous prenons des repas parce que nous avons faim. Ils sont fatigués parce qu'ils travaillent sans arrêt. Je vais chez mon copain parce que je suis libre maintenant. Right? So, and careful with the numbers. Okay, so please number as it is in the book. Okay, or if you want to change the numbers, because there is one, the number 5 is missing, I guess. Okay, so and the fourth exercise, the tabular column, we omit. Okay, so we don't need subjunctive now. So the next session we'll do the translation, right, the opposite, so the composition. Okay, so merci beaucoup les gars. So try to finish the classwork, okay, the notebook. So it's just important, and try to present it properly. Yeah, so take care, be safe, bye bye.